Good day, Merry Meet. My name is Glennis, and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to welcome you to week 9 of my different herbs of the week. It's week 9, and the letter is I. Well, I have chosen, and with very good reason, indigo. You have to excuse how my hands look. I've been working. And this is actually going to be a binding spell, but indigo is very, very good for closing doors, for bindings, which is what I'm doing today, and revenge, plain and simple revenge. And so if you see maybe a few quiet moments here and there, I have to apologize. I might be saying some names. I might be saying some things that you might not want to hear. But anyway, without further ado, what I've got here is I've got a little glass bowl and a dark cloth. And it really doesn't matter what kind of a cloth you have. It can be white, blue, pink. It makes no difference at this point. And of course, I've got my indigo. I have some salt. I have my working candle here that I've actually already been using and been working. And I've got a photo of the people that I'm binding, which I have already folded for privacy reasons. This is an ongoing thing. And this is a real deal spell for someone, so that's why. But I've written on here all of the things that I'm binding them from. I'm binding them from lying. I'm binding them from staying away from my client. I'm binding them from pleasures that they enjoy in life they will no longer enjoy. So they're gonna be pretty darn miserable, and a few other things. And I mean, you can use your imagination. And I have some raffia here. And what I've been doing, I've been sitting here working with this raffia, and you'll see a knot here and one here. And as I've gone along and written down different things here, I've made a knot. And this is basically a binding knot. And once I've worked this knot for a specific, whether I want them to shut up, whether I want them to leave my client alone, whether I want them to run out of peanut butter, or whatever the case may be, I bind my knot and I dip it in my working oil. Which is why you might see different colors on my hands, but I've got several different knots. Okay. And this is my 8th knot right here, and I've waited until the last one. I bind you for forever bothering. And I will just make my knot like so. And I will very carefully dip it, and I will let it drip right here on my moss. I have a very, very good friend in New Orleans, and I've been waiting on this for a week or two now. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But I have my cord here. I'll get rid of the rest of it, and I've got it basically here. And one thing I want to warn you about indigo is definitely poisonous. It's one thing that you really, really want to be careful of. Please, please do not ingest this. And I'm actually even reluctant to burn it, but I definitely will use it binding someone for sure. And I'll just pour it right where their photos are. And I'm putting my intentions in it, and all the while I'm folding it away from myself. Counterclockwise. You can use any color candle that you want to. It really, it really doesn't matter. Just like the cording doesn't matter. And I have got all of their lies, all of their, because I feel like not only have they been lying, I think they've been deceiving people too. And more than just one person. As a matter of fact, I know that they have. I'm going to place this right on top of here. I'm going to take my protection candle, and it's going all over again. Then I'm going to take my sea salt. I'm going to totally cover these people. I'm going to bind them up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them back on my altar, and I'm going to work with this because I need to find out a few more things about these particular people. I think that they have someone working with them as well. But again, you can use indigo to close doors, bindings, or revenge. Whatever works for you. Indigo corresponds with the planetary energy of Saturn. It can be used not only for revenge, but spells related to symbolically closing a door, as in, close a chapter in your life. Endings, binding, like this one, revenge, and rebounding also. Now, I know in Eastern medicine they've used indigo for certain diseases, and I'm reluctant to say anything about that since it is very, very poisonous and should not be ingested. So I'm kind of reluctant to say anything about that. I bind you from this day and forever. And I will take this, I will work it on my altar. You guys already know, you've seen it. And when I feel like the time is right, excuse me, I will take this and I will bury this on the northernmost point in my yard. And although I have told you guys that what I'm going to actually be doing with it, you won't know when I do this and at what hour I do this. And that's something that you have to decide. But ideally, you should not tell anyone what you are doing here, okay? Again, that's just, one of these little herbs, these little innocent herbs that you can use to incorporate into your magic. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to go take this and work this. And with that, I'm going to say merry part, and I hope to merry meet again. Goodbye, guys.